Hi everyone, welcome to Advice to Think Twice. This is Monica and I'm doing our week ahead readings. Thank you for joining me. These are timeless, so whenever you feel drawn to watch the video, that's when you should watch it because it holds a message for you. So keep in mind about that. Watch all your placements, your sun, your moon, your rising, and your Venus signs. You have other weeklies to check out. You have monthlies to check out. If you wanted to get more messages and information on private readings is always in the description box below. This particular reading is going to be for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Technically we're looking at the week of August 8th and not 18th, August 15th, 2022. But like I say, don't get stuck on the date. It's whenever you feel drawn to watch the video, that's when you should watch it. Okay, so let's see. What's going on for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs in the week ahead? What they need to know for their highest good. So in this situation, in the challenge position, and then in the outcome position, bottom of the deck we have the Four of Swords, and the Four of Swords can be an energy of withdrawal, focus on healing, focus on your spirituality, focus on prayer, meditation, or you might be focused on your mental or physical health throughout this week that we're looking at. There could also be a feeling of not a lot is happening with the Four of Swords, so things slowing all the way down, or you're just not seeing a lot of things happening, right? So you could be also experiencing some pause, some delays, that kind of an energy. So in this situation, we have the Ace of Wands and the Nine of Swords. I feel like for some of you, you're contemplating, there's a decision you have to make, either for you to start something or for you to accept an offer that is presented to you, okay? And it's got you in your head with this Nine of Swords. And that's why I feel you're withdrawing from everything. You're not making a decision. You're not taking any action because you're saying, I need more time to think. But it's almost like a catch-22 because the more you think about it, the more you get anxious about it, right? And it could be a situation that you're just going to have to go with it. With the Ace of Wands energy, you're just going to have to take a chance, as it were. Let's see what we have in the challenge position. So we have the Seven of Cups and the Queen of Wands. So I feel like whatever is being presented to you, it is something that you want. It is something that you're attracted to, drawn to. It gets you excited. But then I feel like you get inside your own head and you get confused, and that's your challenge, okay? Do you stay in imagination land, which is the Nine of Swords energy, right? There's no way to look at it that gives you any sense of peace, right? The more you think about it, the more you stress about it. Or do you embody like a fire sign energy with the Queen of Wands and the Ace of Wands, and you just take the bull by the horns, make this offer or accept this offer and just see what happens? And that's your challenge. That's what you're struggling with. Because there's an element here where you're not sure you can trust what is being offered to you, or you're not sure, or there's a fear of rejection and expecting the worst if you were to make this offer. Where are things headed? In the outcome, we have the Nine of Wands and the Devil. So in the outcome with the Nine of Wands and the Devil, I really feel like you're afraid of making a wrong decision here. You're afraid of doing the wrong thing or making a wrong choice, taking the wrong option, taking the wrong path. And the fear of this is going to keep you stuck. The Nine of Wands is where we are very defensive. And all this pressure and this defensiveness comes from being inside your head, okay? Being inside your own head. And in there, it's all confusing. There's worst case scenarios. There's the worst possibilities that you're contemplating. And that really gets you defensive, right? Because you start to believe what you're thinking, okay? That's the Devil energy. And is literally being frozen in fear. I'm surprised. I'll be surprised if we don't see the Eight of Swords here or the Two of Swords, but it's literally being frozen in fear because you're afraid of making the wrong decision here, afraid of making the wrong choice. Now, what I do want to say here, Cancer, because it looks, I think you'll do whatever you want to do. And definitely take some time to contemplate. However, it's important to be mindful of how far we take that. So either give yourself a deadline to make a decision by, or when you notice your thoughts starting to circle, that's when you know that, you know what, it's just, I just have to take an action, any action, and that way at least I'll have new information to process. Does that make sense? Let's pull one more row here for you. So with the Ace of Wands and the Nine of Swords, yeah, we have the Three of Swords. This could be a situation where you've already been disappointed by this type of offer, or by this particular offer, if it's a comeback around type of energy, and you're still heartbroken. For others of you, this just says you're very defensive and you're very much in your head because you're still recovering from something, and so you're still feeling very vulnerable, okay? But that's your inner world, because in the outer world, this offer could be worthwhile. Do you know what I mean? The Seven of Cups with the Queen of Wands is your challenge. Yeah, the Knight of Cups. I feel like something's coming in. And you're looking at it with Seven of Cups and the Knight of Cups like it's too good to be true. Like someone's saying exactly the right things to get my guard down, and you're just not trusting it, and that's your challenge. You want this, but you don't trust it. You want this, but you don't trust when it's being offered to you. And you still have a decision to make here. If it's going to cause you this much stress, anguish, anxiety, torture, you have another choice. You do have the choice of saying no. If it turns you inside out to this degree, that within itself could be a clue for you, right? With the Nine of Wands and the Devil in the outcome, we do have the Tower. Just a lot of instability, a lot of mental anguish and conflict. What about this Tower? Because I like the Tower after the Devil and the Six of Pentacles. Okay. I like the Tower after the Devil because you're breaking the cycle. You're breaking the cycle of fear, anguish, and anxiety by accepting someone's help, accepting someone's offer, accepting someone's support, or accepting to meet someone halfway, to have some give and take here. Okay, what's under the Four of Swords? The Knight of Pentacles and the Hierophant with the Three of Cups. It could be about a reconciliation for some of you, and that has you all in your head. For others of you, this is conversations around proposals, marriage proposals, long-term commitments, starting a family, and it has you all inside your head. Okay, for others of you, this is a pregnancy that's happened, and it's kind of turning everything upside down because you feel like you're not ready, or you feel like you don't even know how you feel about it. Okay, there's something along those lines. For those of you, like I said, this is something absolutely brand new, but it's similar to something that has hurt you in the past, and so it's triggering everything you've experienced in the past when you got hurt. But with this showing up as the Ace of Wands, this is telling you that it's different. Okay, it's different. It's something different, and even if it comes from someone you already know, or you've had to deal with the situation before, there's a different aspect to it. You might not be able to see that because it shows up as the Knight of Pentacles, right? Reliable. In your challenge is the Knight of Cups, so you're looking at it like, I don't believe it. I don't think this is real. With the Knight of Cups and the Seven of Cups, that is where, there's love bombing and someone throwing everything but the kitchen sink at us and saying everything that we want to hear, and it's almost like this is too good to be true, right? But that's your challenge. Your challenge is to see things clearly, okay? Because what is under the Four of Swords is the Knight of Pentacles and the Hierophant. So this opportunity may very well be stable, reliable, can go the distance. But because you're still healing, because you're still hurt and kind of fractured in how you feel and how you see things, right? Three of Swords, Nine of Swords, that's just not pleasant. You question everything. You doubt everything, you question everything. But more than that, you're only seeing the worst case scenarios. Okay, you're not entertaining. The second you think about what if this is real, it's like the past comes rushing back. Nine of Swords, Three of Swords, and it's like, how can you even think that? Haven't you been through this enough times to know that it can't possibly be real? So it's like a battle between your heart and your mind. But listen to me, Cancer. If whether this is a reliable opportunity or not, if this is where you are and this is how you feel, you have to honor that, respect that, and look after yourself. Because if it's going to cause you this much instability within yourself, where you're already trying to piece yourself back together from something, it simply might not be the time for this, and that's what it is. And if it's truly meant for you, it will find you again. It will come back to you, whether it's the exact same thing or in a different form, when you're ready for it. Do you know what I mean? But like I say, for some of you, I do see you taking a different approach. I do see you doing, what the hell, I'm just going to do it and see what happens, and then at least I'll know. Okay, I see you moving past those fears, and I just had a deja vu feeling here for you with this reading. With these exact cards and me saying the exact message. And I only got this deck this week, so I know I haven't done that before. But I see you doing, at least I'll know. I want to know. At least I'll know. I can't trust what I'm thinking. I can't trust what I'm feeling. So I just need to take action and just see what happens. And then at least I'll know. Okay, I'm seeing that that is the different approach that breaks the pattern, the different approach that takes you out of this place of torment and torture, mentally and emotionally, right? Because this is like, you know what? I am going to push that button and see what happens. And if the building burns, then the building burns, and I have my answer. And if it doesn't, and it's something that sticks around and it's nice and it flows, then again, I'll have something to consider that is real and it's happening right in front of my eyes, so I can trust it. Do you know what I mean? And I do feel like you're breaking some major patterns here, Cancer, by doing that. It's literally conquering your fears, right? So yeah, you're looking at some major breakthroughs here, Cancer. With whatever this is in your life, it is something that you wish for very deeply, but you've gotten hurt so many times wishing for it very deeply that it's completely shaken your trust in the possibility that this could be real. Do you know what I mean? So let's see. Oracle energy and advice here. So in the situation with the Ace of Wands, more on the challenge, and then more on the outcome. Bottom of the deck, yeah, we have the Mirror, a card of reflection. And look, you're not seeing things very clearly, but you know that already. You're not seeing things clearly, and you know that. And you know why? Because you're still hurt, because you're still recovering from something. And this is reflection. This is you with yourself, with your hurt feelings, and with your repetitive thoughts. So with the situation with the Ace of Wands, the Nine of Swords, and the Three of Swords, we have the Spark, a card of beginning with that Ace of Wands. We have the Treasure, the treasure chest, reward, and we have the Flame, a card of being. So this follows, the Flame follows the Spark, right? It's number 2 and number 3 card. And then the treasure chest here. So this is an energy of, there's a new beginning that's available, that you're going to have to let it burn. You're going to have to let it unfold. You're going to have to let it develop. You're going to have to give it some room to see what happens, because it could actually be a really solid opportunity. Okay, and that's what this is all about. Okay, and the challenge with the Seven of Cups, the Queen of Wands, and the Knight of Cups, we have the Black Cat. And in this deck, this is a card of contradiction. This is a card of perspective. It's all about how you see things. For some people, a black cat is a sign of bad luck, and for other people, it's just a cute black cat. Do you know what I mean? The House, security, it's this need to have something that is real. I need to trust this. And it's like, the more you think about it and the more you look at how you feel about it, the more insecure you get, the more untrustworthy you become, right? And it's an excessive need for security because you're hurt. And then we have the Earth, a card of responsibility. Oldest time and young as me, what man dare claim your mastery? Interesting. But yeah, it's like the world energy here. It's like a cycle. I feel like for some of you, Cancer, this is about learning how to view what you need, and especially need for security, in a different way. So with the cat, some will see good fortune while others see a curse. The cat herself remains unchanged, a cat, no more, no worse. That's literally what it is. So you have something in front of you. That is what it is, okay? It's just what it is. It's how you look at it that determines if it's a good thing or a bad thing, that determines if you're going to go for it or run the other way. Do you know what I mean? And it's up to you to make up your mind of how you want to see that, how you want to look at it. And I feel like you're trying to be fair, but there's just no way to be fair in this situation because you don't have enough information. You're trying to make a judgment on a current situation based on past experience. Do you know what I mean? And that's how we can fall into the trap with the devil of habitual thinking and habitual behaviors of constantly coloring any new opportunity with the old colors of the past. Do you know what I mean? And that's how we corrupt new opportunities. And we end up turning them into the past, and we end up confirming our hypotheses, and we end up confirming our worst case scenarios, and we end up reinforcing that pattern that tells us this is not safe, this is not okay, this is not good, you cannot trust, you don't deserve this, you don't deserve that, this is never going to happen for you. You know what I mean? The Nine of Wands with the Devil, the Tower, and the Six of Pentacles. We have the Rings, a card of commitment, the Moon, a card of influence, and the Bull, a card of diplomacy. So, yeah, it's you see how you have illusion, delusion, self-delusion though, and it's not in a good way. It's almost like the second you try to hope, it's like you come in and you punish yourself. Like, haven't you learned anything, Cancer? What do you mean you want to hope that this is what if this time and what if that time? And I get it. It's a tightrope to walk on because when you're used to the same scenario and you're used to the same ending, it's a difficult cycle to break. But I feel like that's what you're being presented with the opportunity to do right now, okay? Because and with the Bull and the Moon, it's like with the Moon energy, you can only see like one step in front of you. If you try to sit still and look out into the distance, you're not going to see squat because it's too many lights and shadows, and you're not going to be able to be sure of anything, right? You can't see clear shapes. You can't see because it's not the sunlight, it's the moonlight. Do you know what I mean? And when we're in that space, usually our fears come to the surface. Oh my God, what is this? Am I going to get eaten by some predator? You know, when you're out in the woods and then the moon shines and you see the shadow of a branch that kind of looks like a wolf, and then you run with that and then you start freaking out. Do you know what I mean? And we all do it. It's a very human thing. But breathe. This is about, with the Bull, a card of diplomacy. It's like the give and take energy. Take a step and see what happens. And then you have some information to consider. But it's real, it's in front of you, right? These are the facts. And you can consider and make a decision accordingly. And then you decide if you want to walk away or if you want to take another step in this direction and see what else happens, right? So it'll be up to you, Cancer. But it's important to try to keep an open mind. I'm not saying just open yourself up to bad behavior again from different people, and for you to open yourself up just to be abused again or taken for granted and hurt. Keep your wits about you, but there's a difference, okay? There's a difference between looking for red flags and just keeping your eyes open in case anything pops up. Do you know what I mean? And it's that tightrope that you have to walk on, Cancer, if you want to. And this is happening because you're being given the opportunity to break a pattern, to break something that is generational, to break something that you've seen done before you, you've learned it, you're doing it, and then maybe your kids are seeing you and they're going to do it. Do you know what I mean? You're being given an opportunity to break that pattern, to break that cycle. This isn't happening to punish you. It's not happening to punish you again. It's an opportunity for you to do things differently, to try to do things differently, entertain different approaches to this, different possibilities. Maybe don't think too far ahead. Just, like I say, take a step and see what happens. But try to keep yourself grounded, calm, centered, so that you don't run away with thoughts or feelings, okay? And one of the boys just found their toy. If you hear any noises, they're kind of creepy, but it is what it is. Okay, Cancer, so very intense reading here, very deep, very deep. So let me know if you resonate with the reading, and if you do, I really, really hope it helps you, okay? Take a step, see what happens, stay calm, cool, collected, breathe through it. When you're unsure, take an action, and then see what happens, and those will be your facts to analyze, assess, and make decisions upon, okay? So I hope this helps you. Watch your other placements. I hope you have a good week ahead, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.